Enhle's television roles and high media profile make her a natural brand. Instead of endorsing someone else's line, she's designed and evolved her own since studying fashion at the University of Johannesburg. Her approach is that you're in clothes every day. You need to spice it up. And that applies to maternity wear too.
When Enhle Mbali landed her first big acting role at the tender age of 17, nothing could have prepared her for the massive career that awaited. Not only is she a very popular TV actress, she's a TV presenter, a fashion designer, an entrepreneur, and among other things, has just been added to this year's very prestigious list of Glamour Most Glamorous Women.
SE Pregos is short for simply Enhle, which sums up the simplicity of her personal style.
It's pretty cool that you're playing a pregnant character now and you have a pregnancy range.
This started for me when I was pregnant with my first one, which was 6 years ago, and I really couldn't find anything that looked good for a relatively young and vibrant woman. So I decided, listen, I am gonna go get a couple of samples made, and they were made for myself, but I'd walk around and people would ask, where's this from, where's this from? And I thought, business. Second one, finally I decided, I'm making this happen, and it did happen. I was in New York, launched from there, clothes sold out in a week's time, which was, it was crazy for me. I didn't expect it, but the support is amazing.
Well, there's something so beautiful about pregnant women, you know, they just need to show it off and embrace it, you know, and this is the kind of thing that does that.
You don't need to cover it so much. Like, you look at stuff like this. This is very fashion forward. It's in right now, it's denim. But you literally throw it over anything, like a tight little pencil skirt with a top that says I'm pregnant, or just a white little vest, and you're made.
It's a really beautiful range. We've got a model waiting for us, I'm sure, to show us a couple of looks.
She's a designer who plays with style fearlessly.
This is so cute. I love the little adjustable zips on the side for as baby gets bigger, right?
Yes, so I thought of everything. You know, when you're pregnant, you don't want to buy clothing with every trimester you have. So you almost buy in the first trimester, and you start with the zip down, and as your belly grows, you just keep releasing. It looks style forward, and the denim helps.
Enhle's breakthroughs come from dressing how she's feeling, allowing for trial and error.
You look gorgeous.
From hip wear to practical business wear for a full day at work, she's got you covered.
There we go.
And this dress is obviously one of yours as well, eh?
One of mine, but see what that does already. Something so simple just completes an outfit, and you're ready to go to the office now.
It's a lovely look. Pink and blue are my two favorite colors.
Hello, may I put them together for you? This dress for me is lovely because it's comfortable, it's light, because when you're pregnant you feel hot all the time. Apart from her looking hot, now she's going to be cooled and looking amazing.
Exactly, you got to be comfortable and also feel good at the same time. Right. I love it, I love it.
I'm proud. Okay.
Okay, we're ready for our final reveal.
Final reveal, my favorite dress by far.
You saved the best for last.
Yes.
Okay, let's
Come on now, pretty lady.
There we go, pretty in pink, that's what I'm talking about.
How gorgeous is that though? How gorgeous is that?
That's my favorite so far.
Me too. I love this because it's so whimsical, and you can literally play around with this dress so much. Once again, that little denim jacket we had earlier on, you toss that over and you're fine. Put it on with sandals or heels. It's one of those. I want one myself.
It's quite clear from the way you talk about fashion that you've always been passionate about it from a young age.
I think my first encounter with fashion had to have been when my mom used to buy me clothes. My mother used to dress me a certain way, and I wanted to look a certain way. And I mean, we weren't the most well-off people, so if I wanted something from a high-end store, I had to make it myself. And so that's exactly what I did. I would cut clothes up, I would fail, I would do great at times, and that's when the love started.
Enhle's other big commitment is her TV series, opposite Thapelo Mokoena. Revolving around a family-run wedding planning company, the drama is never in short supply.
Playing someone who is having to find herself being married to an ex-soccer player who is going through a bit of an emotional journey, and she's having to be his backbone and her backbone. And she's pregnant. So it's fun having to relive all my past experiences through her and bringing something new.
One of the most enjoyable interactions is between Enhle's character and that of Nambita Ben Mazwi.
She's a ball of energy. It's very, very fun. It's also quite interesting to see, especially when you are with someone, you know, Enhle, and then there's Azania. So you also get to know someone's work ethic, you know, you find each other's rhythm. I love the fact that we can always take it to the next level with her, and you can really experiment, and we have fun. We're BFFs.
As Enhle tells it, her mother, Bongi Mlotshwa, is like her younger sister, a free spirit teaching her daughter to be young again.
Enhle, it must be pretty awesome having a mom who's pretty much a legendary makeup artist.
Yes, it's quite awesome though. I mean, it makes it easier to go into events.
So you think she got all her beauty tips from you, she picked up? Because clearly, you know, you look like a sister, not a mom.
You know what? I think she's born an artist because she draws, she makes clothes. Most of the time, I don't even do her makeup, and I call her and I say, "Wow."
Tell them that. It's you.
No, but the truth is, she's learned quite a lot from me. So she's amazing.
And you've clearly got a very, very strong bond. So, you know, what are the things that you love most about each other?
I love that she's a sister. I love that she's so young, and it's really easy for her to relate. But I love that she's been there for me when I needed her the most.
No,
Don't do that.
And you know,
you know what? She's more like me. She's very stubborn.
Is that what you love about me? That I'm stubborn?
Yeah, I love it because I don't get away with stuff.
Yeah,
because sometimes you try and be a mother and she says, "Ma," but she does it with so much respect. And sometimes I'm very hardcore, like I think I'm a gangster mom. I'm a helicopter mom. I used to be, so I know she hated it, but I'm grateful this is how she turned up. So after all, I wasn't a bad person, but she's got a good heart.
One devoted to the other half of this showbiz super couple, DJ Black Coffee.
My son-in-law, I told him he's very lucky.
he is lucky.
Because I didn't want her to get married.
Yeah.
Because I thought he would never find someone who would treat her the way I love her.
Yes.
But he promised.
That's good.
Because we had a 4-hour conversation with him.
It's 4 hours all it took.
Tell you that she's my mother. She owns the conversation, yes.
Yeah, so that's it.
That's awesome, but it's such a crazy industry. So, you know, for a mother bringing up a child in this insane industry that we're in, you know, what were the kind of rules that you stuck to that kept her so grounded and you know, still had such a big heart and not getting swept up in it all?
I'm sure she can answer that one.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm very
What
honest.
you see is what you get with my mother. And I was pretty prepared because I had seen the industry because of her makeup artistry throughout my life. So it didn't really excite me. And I think people tend to fall into the excitement of what the industry is. For me, it's a job and it's a matter of having longevity, but obviously being the best I can be in my workplace.
Yeah, well, that's the difference. We're doing this because we love it. We're not doing it to be on a magazine cover.
Exactly.
Except for today, 'cause you're shooting today.
Except for today.
Moving schools often as a child, Enhle struggled to socialize, but today the public interest in her demands constant attention.
PR pictures like this are so important because social media is where it is all happening, and she has an enormous following already, and people are hungry for new pictures and interesting pictures. That's why I think it's important to try and do something that's more sort of cutting edge, maybe slightly risque, spicy, and yeah, just really hot, exciting images.
It's the strength of the woman behind the look that gives the image such edge.
Sure, looking sexy up there.
Thank you.
It's been the most remarkable journey, you know, reflecting on where you've come from and where you are now. It's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, I mean, we take it back to me performing on the stoop for my neighbors. Fast forward, getting my first role at 17, and now I'm where I wanted to be, and I want to be a little further now. My dreams have grown a little more. It's quite exciting.
Still on Enhle's to-do list is becoming a child psychologist and winning an Oscar. No sweat.